here, and today I want to show you a layout in my signature style. This is this week's assignment in Cocoa Vanilla Studio, and I decided to create rainbow because I am all about rainbows, and I will be using 5 colors of Distress Oxide inks corresponding with colors from Sunkissed collection from Cocoa Vanilla Studio. This is the brand new collection, and I really love working with it because it's colorful, it has fun summer motifs, and I am a big fan of summer collections. I picked 5 colors, and they are listed here in the subtitles. I think it's peacock, no, it's faded jeans, smooth lawn, spiced marmalade, mustard seed, and picked raspberry. And after I just smeared them over the sheet of 12 by 12 watercolor paper, I'm applying water, but I'm doing it really, really gently. I don't want to create a big puddle that will make all the colors connect and float around and just create this muddy color all together. So I'm trying to be gentle with water, and I'm only applying a little bit more on the ends of the color strips, so the color will float to the bottom and top edge of my page. I left everything to dry, air dry. I didn't use heat gun because heat gun makes the paper wave a little bit more than it is when it's air drying. As you can see, colors faded, and this is something that also always happens with kind of wet mediums like watercolors or inks like distress oxide inks. They look much more vibrant when they are wet, and when they are dry they kind of become more dull. But it's also the quality of the video that makes the color more pale than they are in the real life. My next step is to create a title. It will be Live Colorfully, and I'm doing the word colorfully using the dies. This is the die alpha die set from Pinkfresh Studio. If you are looking for exactly the same one, but you can use any other with the letters big enough to create title word from one end to other of the page. You can also use your digital die cutting machine, but for me it seems much faster to go with the dies, as I would have to kind of combine all the colors of the paper scraps on my sticky mat, so it seemed like a faster choice. I went through all the papers from Sunkissed collection, including the paper stack, which has a little bit different papers than 12 by 12 ones. Well, patterns are very similar, but sometimes they are in a different color variation, like with the cheetah spots. In 12 by 12 papers, you get pink cheetah spots, and in paper stack, you get navy. So I tried to choose 2 scraps per color. So I have kind of orangey red, yellowish, blue, greenish, blue, navyish, and pink. And after I cutted out all the letters, as you can see, they are like kind of a fancy because each letter has this small frame around it and it cuts together. And I wanted to add it too, but because this is kind of a narrow element, I had to glue it down directly to the paper, but I added a piece of foam under each letter to make my page more dimensional, because this is another thing that I would include as my go-to style. So rainbows, dimension, we already have 2 of those. And I'm gluing all the letters down using both glue and foam squares. But I will cut this part from the video because it's kind of a boring, and everyone knows how to do it. Nothing fancy and very skillful here. After I glued down all the letters, I also added the photos. I have 2 selfies of myself with a kind of a funny filter, me wearing watermelon glasses, and I'm gluing them over pieces of papers from Sunkissed collection. I don't remember if they were taken from paper stack or from regular papers. You can hardly see them. They only highlight the picture a little bit more and make it pop from the background. And I'm adding a piece of cardboard beneath each photo. You can, of course, add foam adhesive. I just like to save it for smaller elements and use cheaper cardboard for bigger elements. And I'm creating the first part of the title. It will be Leave. And I'm using those alpha stickers. They were included in like a very old Cocoa Vanilla collection. I don't remember, Color Me Happy or something like this. We got white and black, and I still have some of them saved for all my projects. When I was waiting for my paper to dry, I went and fussy cutted some of the flowers from the paper with cheetah on the one side and flower clusters on the beside, and I fussy cutted most of them. Well, later I fussy cutted all of them because I know I will use them for some further projects. So I fussy cutted also those that are cutted in halves on the edges because I'm going to use them in this project too. So never throw away anything. Everything can be useful. I just wanted to show you that I fussy cutted elements, so I only fussy cutted one on the video and the rest was cutted while I wasn't recording. And now I'm arranging a composition made of those flower clusters on the top and the bottom of my page. So as you can see, I won't be showing the whole cluster. I will cut part to make the edge flat. With some of them, I temporarily made them stick out from the edge, but after I will glue things down, I will just take the scissors and trim everything down. It's easier this way than trimming it down first, gluing it to the very exact spots. This way I can fit it exactly how I want and just cut out the excess. And I'm doing it in the top and the bottom, also adding a piece of foam to kind of raise them on the edge to make it again more dimensional. And I glue everything down, and now it's time to cut out the excess that it's hanging over the edge. And I'm just using regular scissors. If you are a perfectionist, you can use your trimmer to do so. I have not, because no one's watching those layouts beside me, so I'm not bothered with super hyper perfection here. And after I have most of my composition done, I just need to embellish a little bit more, and I wanted to add rainbow because live colorfully, yeah. What you can ask for more than for rainbows. So I fussy cutted this bigger rainbow from paper with frames and 3x4 cards. And I'm also looking for a rainbow for the other side. I was going to use this one, but it was like a mirror image, and I wanted something a little bit smaller. And I find the perfect rainbow on the sticker sheet on one of the square stickers. And I just cut it out using the scissors, fussy cutting the rainbow shape. So remember, you can always change your stickers to, if like you don't need a square or only the part of the sticker, cut them in half, like I'm doing here with this tab. Just use the pieces you need for the project and save the rest over for later if it's like savable. If not, just throw it away. Don't be afraid to use partials, parts of the elements, because it's better to use half of the ephemera piece or sticker than to not use it at all. And I often do things like this. I just alter and change elements in collection to better fit my needs. I'm gluing the smaller rainbow too. I just need to unglue this protective part from the sticky element. The paper used to print the stickers is very thick, and it's easy to add dimension behind it because some stickers, not in Cocoa Vanilla collections, but in general, are very thin, so it's hard to add dimension. You have to glue them flat on the background, but in this case, you can totally add a little bit of foam under sticker. So I have my rainbows. I added two small pieces of flowers that I have left from creating a composition. I'm also adding two more like sentences or short sentences under the title. I just needed something white to balance this word live on the top. And I'm finishing my page, adding those super cute wooden buttons. Those are my favorite embellishment ever. They are so cute, and I always try to save as much as possible. And I just don't want to use them up, and they sell quickly. So usually you cannot restock them, so that's why I'm extra cautious in using up too many. And those puffy stickers are also perfect and in great quality. And I'm adding some hearts in matching colors, color over color. And the last step will be adding pineapple and watermelon on top of the pictures. And off the camera, when I stopped recording, I decided I want to add a little bit of stitching. So I added pink stitches over the white parts of the layout and through the flowers on the top and on the bottom. It makes everything look better, and it added this kind of extra element. That's it for today. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope I inspired you for some of my favorite elements in my signature style, and see you soon on some other video. Bye!